call from Romeo yesterday.
Is that the crazy kid who's volunteering to basically die on the operating table?
Yeah, I know he loves his wife and all, but it's a really risky operation. His kidney is a match and it could work, but there's a higher percentage of failure, and if that happens, there's nothing we can do for him.
That boy's a player. It's quite shocking he'd risk his life for her. Just a week ago, he was madly in love with Rosaline. I heard through the grapevine that he told Mercutio that Rosaline was the one. Kind of unfaithful, if you ask me.
Hey, doctors, I heard you wanted to speak with me.
Hi, Romeo. Please, have a seat. So you do know the risks of this operation, right? Not only as your doctor, but as a close friend, are you sure you want to go through with this? We know you love Juliet and that you'd do anything for her, but this...
It's frankly a bit extreme if you ask me. We could find other kidney transplants for Juliet, and being completely blunt here, you were in love with Rosaline last week. How do you know that Juliet isn't just a phase? We just don't want you to potentially throw your life away for a girl if you're not 100% sure. Also, in your past records, you haven't been the most faithful.
What are you talking about? I love her and I want to be the one to save her life. If that makes me insane, then so be it. This is my decision, and I'm faithful. I never cheated on her. How am I unfaithful?
So you do know the risks of this operation, right? Not only as your doctor, but as a close friend, are you sure you want to go through with this? We know you love Juliet and that you'd do anything for her, but this...
It's frankly a bit extreme if you ask me. We could find other kidney transplants for Juliet, and being completely blunt here, you were in love with Rosaline last week. How do you know that Juliet isn't just a phase? We just don't want you to potentially throw your life away for a girl if you're not 100% sure. Also, in your past records, you haven't been the most faithful.
What are you talking about? I love her and I want to be the one to save her life. If that makes me insane, then so be it. This is my decision, and I'm faithful. I never cheated on her. How am I unfaithful? Hey, you too, Walter. Being all loyal to your town and family and then attacking your daughter, Mayella? What a loyal father. Your obligation as a father is to protect your daughter, not to hurt or beat her, and then to tell the whole town about it?
Romeo, please, don't get defensive here. We know there are many different ways of being unfaithful to somebody, but it's how you can learn from this experience to better yourself and others. That's why we just wanted to make sure that you're in it for the right reasons. And if you say you are, then we believe you.
So, you're right. I'm sorry, I guess. I have been a little unfaithful to the woman in my past, but I'm going to live in the present now and treat Juliet the way she deserves. It's different with her. I can't see myself getting over her in a week, year, or ever. She's the one.
We're glad to hear you guys are happy together.
Yeah, it's definitely refreshing to see a couple like you too.
Well, I guess we have to get down to the important details then, like when, where, the risks of the operation, and more.
So, what is the percentage of this operation, not working?
Well, it's very risky, as you know. There's approximately 60 to 70% chance of complications while removing your kidney, meaning you could die or be severely damaged, also meaning who knows what.
Oh, how many other donors are there anyway, again?
Romeo, you're not having second thoughts, are you?
Well, no, of course not. What's next?
Well, you need to sign these papers here for insurance policies and hospital regulations. Also, once you sign, you can't back out.
You're not ready now. You can think about it and come back.
Well, no, I want to.
If you're sure, sign here, here, and here.
Okay.
Are you sure about this?
No.
Romeo, no one had asked you why you were donating your kidney for your wife, and I wanted to know why. Why sacrifice your life just to give someone your kidney when you only have 60% chance of living?
I would do anything for my wife, even if it means that I may not survive. If there's anything I can do to make her live, I will, no matter what happens. Our families do not like each other, and I have done so much to be with her. I would rather die than live with the guilt of her death. I have done everything in my power to be with her, no matter what happens.
You must really love her then.
Romeo, are you ready for this operation?
Always have been. Just please tell my wife that I love her.
We will.
So is everyone ready to start? First we'll perform the kidney transplant as Romeo's already been injected with the anesthesia. Then we'll wake him to see if everything went well and if he can survive without one of his kidneys. Okay, let's start.
I like what Romeo is doing for his wife. I lost my life a few years ago, and if there was anything I could have done for her, Actually, I would have done anything for anyone, no matter who they were and no matter what their skin color is.
Wow, this is very nice of you, Atticus, and I'm really sorry about your wife, and I hope you're doing all right now. I have one purpose in life, and that's to make everyone love each other by bringing love into the world. So I also like what Romeo is doing because he's doing all of this because the love that he has for his wife.
He is also sacrificing his life for his wife, which makes me remember when I was a lawyer in a small town and I had a court case with a black man. As you know, people used to not like black people, so I sacrificed my life for this man, just because I would do anything for anyone.
Atticus, you remind me a lot of Romeo. Obviously, I do not know Romeo that well, but both of you are unbelievably gracious, and you would do anything for anyone, no matter what it is. We need more people like you and Romeo.
What about me? I heard you say my name.
How are you doing?
Okay, I guess. But what did you say?
I was saying that more people should be more like you, as you sacrifice not only your kidney, but your life for your wife. I wish I had a husband that I loved, not someone that my father forced me to love.
Well, we have both made many sacrifices for each other. After a party that she had, I risked my death just to see her again, as she was the only thing on my mind. Since we both loved each other very much, we decided to get married, even though we were clearly not allowed. Since our families do not like each other, this would not be okay, but we cannot change the fact that we were in love with each other. We would rather risk death being together than living apart. I also know in fact that she has made many sacrifices just to be with me as well. Just wondering, will I be able to survive without a kidney?
People like you make me very happy, as one of my only purposes in life is to make others happy and to love each other, so they make my life worthwhile. But as to your kidney, we do not know for sure if you will, but right now you're going to be all right. We will have to leave you open for a little while longer and then decide what to do next.
Okay, sounds good to me. I really hope that everything works out in my favor, so that my wife and I can finally be together again. A little while after we got married, a fight broke out between my friend and my wife's cousin, and I tried to break it up, but somehow found myself in the middle of all of it. After this, I was the only one banned from my city, and as a result, I was not allowed to see my wife. If it all works out and my wife and I both live, I will be very happy, as it has been hard not being able to see her and spend time with her.
We hope that you too, Romeo, but we obviously cannot promise anything. We're going to inject you with anesthesia again and close you up and see you later with hopefully have good news.
I'm sorry, but we have some unfortunate news.
What you did was so brave and selfless.
Oh no, what? Where's my wife Juliet? Is she alright? I can't believe this.
Calm down, Romeo. Please, she is fine. The transplant went well in her case. We have already talked to her, to all of your friends and family about the situation.
No, this can't be happening. I need to see Juliet now.
I'm really sorry, but visiting hours are off right now. But she said she would be back to see you shortly. She's so devastated. But at this point, we all know and we knew there's nothing we can do to save you. We've tried everything. I know it sounds brutal, but you did the right thing.
All I want is for Juliet to be okay, and now that I know she will be, I have no regrets about the transplant.
A hard news to take in all at once. So Aphrodite and I will be here for you until you're allowed visitors.
Thank you. That means a lot. You both have been so good to me throughout this whole process. It's just, I'm so young. I feel like I've barely gotten to live.
I guess I can sort of relate. I mean, I come across as pretty happy and confident, but in reality, my love life constantly takes over who I am. People really only like me for what's on the outside, and it's a really unfortunate feeling. I've screwed up a lot, and in all honesty, my love life is a constant mess. I somehow always end up cheating and going around with numerous different guys. A lot of people don't like me for that. My reputation is just not good.
As much as I brush it off and act like it doesn't faze me, I miss her so much.
One of the hardest parts about my situation was the fact that my family wasn't supportive of me going for Juliet. Seeing as I'm a Montague and she's a Capulet, not that you would understand that. Nonetheless, it's really hard.
That must have been hard. My family is everything to me. Although I have made some risky decisions and actions that affected my family negatively. To a certain extent, I would never do anything I didn't feel in my gut was right.
I can't imagine that. I've always been close to my own family.
Were your friends there for you, Romeo?
Well, Mercutio was my best friend. Such a nice and caring friend to have around. I was lucky to have such a good friend. It's hard for me to even talk about it now, but he actually died right in front of me, fighting to protect me from Tybalt. Should have been me who got
I wish
stabbed.
I had good friends. No one's ever liked me for me. Most people just use me and hang around me because of my appearance, and it really hurts. And it's really affected me negatively. It also led me to cheat on a lot of people. I guess I do have friends like Paris, Millennium, and the Graces, but I have even more enemies. I've always felt pretty...
Okay, my friendship situations are pretty much different. I used to work in court and I was defending a black man named Tom Robinson, who was being accused of rape by some dishonest fool. My town, Macomb, is a fairly racist place, so I lost a lot of people's respect when I was sticking up for a black man. It was looked at as very bad.
That's so unfair. You were only trying to do the right thing.
Yes, and I did. Although a lot of friends and family turned on my children and attacked us verbally and physically, I feel like I made a difference and a positive impact on my small town. Mostly it hurt me because an innocent man was killed for his color, but I did my best.
There's an important phone call in the main office. I'll be back shortly.
It looks like we've all faced some pretty traumatic and heartbreaking things. But thank you for having this talk with me. It's made me realize that despite some unfortunate events in my life, it has been pretty good and filled with a lot of experiences. I just want to see Juliet before I, go.
Yes, of course. She should be here any...
Oh no. Romeo, I'm so sorry. It looks like Julia has committed suicide. She didn't want to live without
What?
you.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry.
Juliet! It's okay. This has been a depressing experience I will never forget.
Well, I guess we'll all face darkness at certain points. It's just the way life goes.